Let me do a recap of what are the important things that I discussed. Percentage increase. Percentage increase if it is converted into fraction. Numerator by denominator. Denominator is always the initial value, which we call it as principal. Numerator, it is nothing but interest. It is nothing but interest, or it is the positive change. Amount is nothing but principal plus compound interest. Amount is nothing but principal plus compound interest. First concept. Then we discussed successive change concept. Successive change concept. Successive change concept we discussed. Then we discussed, right? Assumption or a tree method. Assumption of principal. What is that concept that we discussed? If R percentage is numerator by denominator and K theory is under progress, assume principal equivalent to denominator power K. Assume principal equivalent to denominator power K. One beautiful conclusion which we have drawn. If R percentage is 1 by denominator, compound interest for 2 years minus simple interest for 2 years, this will be 1 when the principal is denominator square. When the principal is denominator square. This was the last concept that we discussed. And another concept which we discussed is SI follows arithmetic progression. CI follows geometric progression. CI follows geometric progression. Principal, amount at the end of first year, amount at the end of second year, third year. All these will be in geometric progression. All these will be in geometric progression. These are some of the key points that we discussed in the previous class. Now, we discussed for 2 years. Now, let us do it for 3 years, some conclusion. First, we will write down a point. In case of compound interest, it is nothing but SI plus interest on every interest. Interest on every interest. Interest on every interest. Now see here. For example, R percentage is 20%. R percentage is 20%. Principal is nothing but 250. Principal is nothing but 250. N equivalent to 3 years. N equivalent to 3 years. Amount equivalent to how much? And compound interest equivalent to how much? R is 20%, principal is 250, N equivalent to 3 years. Method 1, which we already know, 20% is 1 by 5. 1 by 5. So 5 1 increase 6. 5 1 increase 6. 5 1 increase 6. 5 5 5. It is 125. 216. 125 became 250. That means it is into 2 times. CI is 91 into 2. Amount is 216 into 2. Amount is 216 into 2. This method we have already seen it. Now let us use the concept of tree method. Listen carefully, sir. One beautiful conclusion can be drawn based on tree method. Right? One is successive change method. Another is tree method. What is this tree method? Principal is 250. Principal is 250. This is the first year. This is the second year. This is the third year. First, let us calculate the SI for the first year. 20% is 1 by 5. 1 by 5 into 250 is 50. These also 50. These also 50. SI for every year interest will be same 50, 50, 50. CI is SI plus interest on interest. Interest is 50. On that one interest. 1/5 of 50 it is nothing but 10. Third year it is SI. SI plus interest on interest. On every interest I need to calculate the interest. 150, 50 it is nothing but 10. 1 by 5 of 50, it is nothing but 10. 1 by 5 of 10, it is nothing but 2. So, these are nothing but the interest on interest, interest on interest, interest on interest. Now, these principal, it is 250. Compound interest for 3 years. Compound interest for 3 years is nothing but 150, 50, 50, 150 plus 30, 180 plus 2, 182. The same answer we got. Same answer we got. 50, 50, 50, which is 150 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, 30 plus 2, 182. Amount is principal plus compound interest. 250 plus 182, 432. 432 is the answer. Advantage with the tree method is you can find out the compound interest for only third year. You can find out the compound interest for third year minus compound interest for the second year. This is the best method to calculate the total interest. This is the best method to calculate the total interest. This can be the best method to calculate the interest of a particular year. It can be used to calculate the total interest, but you can also calculate the interest of a particular year using tree method. Using tree method. I hope this example it is clear, right? Either you can use this or you can use this. Idea is to tell you that suppose if you ask what is the CI for second year, CI for second year is 50 plus 10, 60. What is the CI for third year? Third year it is nothing but 72. Like that you can, like I did it in the previous problem, you can create a lot of questions. One beautiful conclusion. If R percentage is 1 by X and N is given as 3 years. N is given as 3 years. So assume principal is nothing but denominator power k, x power 3. Now here, first year, again it is second year, listen carefully sir, again it is third year. SI is 1 by x of x cube, 1 by x of x cube, 1 by x of x cube, 1 by x of x square, 1 by x of x square, x, 1 by x square, this is for this value, this is for this value, 1 by x of x, it is nothing but 1. Now see here, suppose if I were to calculate compound interest for 3 years minus simple interest for 3 years, compound interest for 3 years minus simple interest for 3 years, compound interest for 3 years is total this value, total this value, it is nothing but compound interest for 3 years, total value is x square plus x square plus x square, 3x square plus x plus 1, which is 3x plus 1, minus SI for 3 years, which is 3x square, cancel, which is nothing but 3x plus 1, which is nothing but 3x plus 1. Extremely important key point. If R percentage is 1 by x, principal if it is x cube, CI for 3 minus SI for 3, the value is nothing but 3x plus 1. Please make a note. Please make a note. First we will do same thing we did it for 2 years, now we are doing it for 3 years. R percentage is 1 by x. Proof is also clear. If P is x cube, Ci for 3 minus Si for 3, the value is given out to be 3x plus 1. It is nothing but 3x plus 1. X plus x plus x plus 1. 3x plus 1. Now let us solve a question. R percentage is nothing but 12.5 percentage. Directly we will get the answer. This is nothing but Ci for 3 minus Si for 3. It is 75. Find the principal value. Find the principal value. Now see, R percentage is 12.5 percentage. Ci for 3 minus Si for 3. This is nothing but 1 by 8. If it is 1 by 8, P will be 512. If Ci for 3, 8 cube, Ci for 3 minus Si for 3, the value is 3x plus 1, 24 plus 1, 25. But I need the question for 75. 25 3s are 75. Answer is 512 into 3. Answer is 1536. Just simple observation, you will get the answer. What is that observation? If the principal is x cube, Ci for 3 minus Si for 3, it is nothing but 3x plus 1. 3x plus 1. Simple observation. 8 means 3 into 8 plus 1, 25, but I need the question for 75. 25 3s are 75. Idea it is clear, right? Next one, R percentage. One more example which we will solve. R percentage is 20%. Ci for 3 minus Si for 3. Please drop your pens and tell these answer. These nothing but 48. These principal how much? 20% is 1 by 5. 1 by 5 is, if it is 5 cube, I would have got 16. 3 into 5 plus 1. But I need 48. 3 times. 125 into 3. Answer for this question is 375. Answer for this question is 375. Kindly reply everybody in the live chat if this concept is clear to you. I hope it is clear to you. Everybody kindly reply. Si for 2, Ci for 2 minus Si for 2 we did. Ci for 3 minus Si for 3. Ci for 3 minus Si for 3. Yesterday I discussed a question by using digital sum, right? 5000. See here. P is 5000. R is 18%. I told you that I will discuss an alternative method. P is 5000. R is 18%. N is 2 years. Amount. It is, I discussed it in my previous class. 6762, 6862, 6962 and 7062. 7062. We used a digital sum. We can also use like this. Principal is 5000. Principal is 5000. It is under compound interest. This is first year and it is second year. First year it is nothing but 5000 into 18%. This is nothing but 900. Si remains the same for every year. 900. This is nothing but 18% of 900. This is nothing but 162. So total Ci is nothing but 1962. Total amount is nothing but principal plus interest. 5000 plus 1962, which is nothing but 6962. Yesterday we did it by using digital sum. Yesterday I did it by using digital sum. Samatha, I am not seeing you from the morning classes. I think you missed the previous classes, right? So we have already spent a lot of time in understanding this concept. New people, I will not be able to answer your questions that effectively. Attend all the classes in time. Right? 900, 900, 6962. By using tree method also you can solve it. By using tree method also you can solve it. This is first variety. Next one. Suppose if it is R percentage is 28.5714. 3 years, one more. Principal is nothing but 250. N is nothing but 3 years. Find the amount and find the compound interest. Find the amount and find the compound interest. Now see here. These 28.5714, it is 2 by 7. This is not a multiple of 2 by 7. Eliminate that value plus First, assume principal equivalent to denominator power k, 7 cube. 7 cube is nothing but 343. First year, second year and third year. First year, it is nothing but 2 by 7 of 343. This is nothing but 98. Second year, 2 by 7 of 343. This is nothing but 98. Third year, 2 by 7 of 343, which is nothing but 98. Then there is interest on interest. 2 by 7 of 98, which is 28. Here also it is 28. This is the interest on this. This interest, it is 28. 2 by 7 of 28 is, it is 8. That means, if the principal is 343, if the principal is 343, CI for 3 years, CI for 3 years it will be 98, 98, 98, which is 294 plus 84 plus 8, 92. So, this is nothing but 294 plus 84 plus 8, 92. But I want for 250. Very easy. Assume principal equivalent to denominator power k. Assume principal equivalent to denominator power k. So, this is nothing but for 3 years. If I take principal as 343, first year 98, second year 98, 98. 2 by 7 of 98 is 28. Again 28. 98 3s are, which is 294. 28, 28, 28. 84 plus 8, it is 92. If the principal is not a multiple of the denominator, use the assumption method. Use the assumption method. Model number 1, I hope it is clear. Next one, model number 2. Model number 2. First question. SI for 2 years. SI for 2 years, it is 40. CI for 2 years, it is 40.80. 40.80. I want rate of interest. I want R percentage. In fact, you can also calculate the principal. Simple interest for 2 years is 40. Compound interest for 2 years is 40.80. R percentage and P. Simple interest for 2 years 40. First year 20. Second year 20. In every year, interest remains the same. Total value should be 40.8. 40 already took. How much extra? It is 0.8. So, on 20, there is an increase of 0.8. 0.8 out of 20, which is nothing but 4%. Which is nothing but 4%. I hope our percentage idea, it is clear. So, if it is 4% 1 year and it is 4% second year, total SI will be 8%. 8% is 8 by 100. This is the principal and it is the SI. But according to the question, it is 40. 8 5s are 40. Principal is nothing but 500. Principal is nothing but 500. R percentage is 4% every year. R percentage is 4% every year. Simple interest for 2 years is 40. First year 20, second year 20. Overall, it is 40.8. So, extra it is 0.8. 0.8 on 20. 0.8 on 20 is nothing but 4%. Every year it is 4%. For 2 years it will be. First year 4, second year 4. Total rate of interest will be, total ROI will be 8 by 100. 8 by 100 means, if the principal is 100, total SI is 8. But according to the question, it is 40. 8 5s are 40. 100 5s are 500. Principal is nothing but 500. Principal is nothing but 500. I hope it is clear. One more question based upon this model. All are these easy questions if you understand the idea. Simple interest for 2 years. it is 12. Compound interest for 2 years, it is 13. Find R percentage and find principal. Find R percentage and find principal. Simple interest for 2 years, it is 12. For first year 6 and second year also 6. Total value should be 13. Extra, it is nothing but 1. So R percentage is nothing but 1 out of 6. Every year rate of interest is 16.67 percentage. 1 out of, what is this one? This is nothing but R percentage of P. R percentage of P. This is nothing but interest on interest, right? So R percentage of P is 1. So R percentage is nothing but 1 by 6. So total rate of interest. Total rate of interest is nothing but for 1 year 1 by 6. 2 years 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6. 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. This principal and it is interest. It is interest. So according to the question, 1 is becoming 12. So 3 will become 36. 3 will become 36. So principal for this question is 36. Principal for this question is 36. Idea is clear. No usage of any formula. No usage of any formula. Idea clear? Now model number 3. Idea is clear, right? Model number 3. Model number 3. If the initial principal is 100, 10 percentage, R is 10 percentage and it is compound interest. So amount after 1 year is 110. Again 10 percentage increase. 10 percentage of 110 is 11. So for second year it is 121. Again 10 percentage increase. 10 percentage of 121 is 12.1. So third year it is 133.1. Again 10 percentage increase. 10 percentage of 1331 is 146.41. 146.41. So amount principal 100, amount after 2 years is 121. After 4 years is 146.41. Based upon this, if P is 700, R is 10 percentage, N is 2 years. N is 2 years. Amount equivalent to how much? P is 700. R is 10 percentage. If it is 100, this would have been 121. But 100 became 700 into 7 times. 121 into 7 is 847. Answer is 847. By using this strip, you can draw beautiful multiplication factors. Beautiful multiplication factors. Second one, if B is 800, R is 10 percentage. R is 10 percentage. N is 3 years. Amount is how much? 800 is nothing but 8 times the 100. 100 for 3 years is 133.1. Principal is 8 times. Amount also 8 times. Amount also 8 times. Amount is 2462. Amount is 2462. R percentage is 10 percentage. N is 3 years. 2662, sir. Not 2462. It is 2662. 2662. Amount is 2662. R is 10 percentage. Principal is 2662 is 2 into 1331. 133.1. Principal is 100. 1331. Principal is 1000. Amount is double. Principal also double. Answer is 2000. Answer is 2000. This is based on N, right? 100, 110, 121, 133.1. Kindly reply in the live chat if this is clear to you. Is this clear to you? This concept. Now I will go to the next level of questions. Now I'll go to the next level of questions. Based upon model number 3, let us solve some questions. Model number 3. Everybody kindly reply if this idea it is clear. If it is not in a multiple of 100, you know the method that take numerator by denominator, assume principal equivalent to denominator power k. This is nothing but a specific type. This is nothing but a specific type. Model number 4. Model number 4. Please write down. Everybody kindly reply if it is clear till now. Model number 4. Model number 4. Now, see here. If the principal is 100, R is 10%. R is 10%. 100. This is nothing but 110. It is nothing but into 1.1. 100 into 1.1. 1.1 is 11 by 10. 11 by 10 is nothing but 10. 11 by 10. 11 by 10 into 100 is 110. These 11 by 10 is called the multiplication factor. Multiplication factor. Now very, very important to listen carefully, sir. 11 by 10 is called the multiplication factor. What is multiplication factor? 1 plus r percentage is called the multiplication factor. 1 plus r percentage is called the, this is nothing but 1 plus 1 by 10. 1 by 10 means 1 by 10 is nothing but 10%. 1 by 10, it is, right? It is 1 by 10. Very, very important. Multiplication factor, I will denote it as R. R is nothing but the multiplication factor, which is nothing but, or let me denote it by X to avoid confusion. It is nothing but 1 plus R percentage. Multiplication factor is given by 1 plus R percentage. Multiplication factor is given by 1 plus r percentage. Very, very important, sir. Very, very important. Now, this is 100. These into 1.1. These 110. Again, it is into 1.1. These 121. Again, it is 133.1 into 1.1. Listen carefully. This is the principal. This is the amount after first year. This is the amount after second year. This is the amount after third year. Multiplication factor, which is the common ratio. Multiplication factor always remains the same. 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 Multiplication factor is given by x equivalent to 1 plus r percentage. R percentage is nothing but the rate of interest. R percentage is nothing but the rate of interest. I hope it is clear. Some beautiful questions can be developed based upon this concept. Right? We already discussed that P, A1, A2, A3, all these are in which progression? Geometric progression. P, A1, A2, A3, all these are in geometric progression. Multiplication factor, I am denoting it by x. X is given by 1 plus r percentage. 1 plus r percentage. Suppose if x is 11 by 10, there is an increase of 1 on 10. This is nothing but the ROI. This is nothing but the rate of interest. This is nothing but the multiplication factor. This is nothing but the multiplication factor. Listen carefully, sir. Write examples. Examples. There is a principal A1, A2. A2 is nothing but 25 by 16 of P. 25 by 16 of P. R percentage, how much it is? A2 is 25 by 16 of P. If this is 16, this is nothing but 25 by 16 into 16. This is 16. Multiplication factor, it is x. Ratio remains the same. It is also x. So these are nothing but x into x is nothing but x square. X square became 25 by 16. These are nothing but 5 by x is nothing but 5 by 4. 5 by 4 is, there is an increase of 1 on 4. So the rate of interest is 25%. Rate of interest is 25%. I hope the idea it is clear. It is similar to the example. This is 100. This is 110. This is 121. It is into 1.1. It is into 1.1. It is into 1.1. 1.1 into 1.1 is 1.21, which is nothing but 121 by 100. Are you all with me? Multiplication factor always remains the same because P, A1, A2, A3 all are in geometric progression. No formulas, nothing. 16 becomes 25. X into x. X is the multiplication factor. X is 5 by 4. 5 by 4 is nothing but 1 plus r percentage. R percentage is 1 by 4, which is 25%. Which is 25%. Next one. One more question. These are nothing but A1. These are nothing but A2. These are nothing but A3. These are nothing but P. These initially sum is 125. And this is 343. Find the rate of interest. Find the rate of interest in compound interest. Not a single formula I will use in any of my aptitude classes. P, A1, A2, A3. Multiplication factor remains the same. So these are nothing but x cube is nothing but 343 by 125, which is nothing but 7 by 5 whole cube. X is nothing but 7 by 5. X is 1 plus r percentage, which is nothing but 7 by 5. R percentage is nothing but 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is nothing but 40%. 2 by 5 is nothing but 40%. Idea is clear, right? 2 by 5 is nothing but 40%. Just by looking at a question itself, you will get the answer. If this is 125 and it is 343, multiplication factor remains the same. X into x into x. X cube is nothing but 343 by 125. X is nothing but the multiplication factor. Multiplication factor is 1 plus r percentage. R percentage is 40%. Tejaswini, the principal is, amount is given as 2662. So principal will be 2000. Next one, please write down. Third one. A3 is given as 64. A5 is given as 81. A1 value. A1 value, how much it is? This is in compound interest. A1 value, how much it is? We have to find out amount after first year. We have to find out R percentage. We have to find out R percentage. A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. A5. Which all values are given? It is 64 and it is given as 81. Multiplication factor remains the same. X square is nothing but 81 by 64, which is nothing but 9 by 8. 9 by 8. This is also x. This is also x. So A1 into 9 by 8. Again it is 9 by 8. It is nothing but 64. I will get the value of A1. I hope the idea it is clear. I hope the idea it is clear, right? So A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 all are in geometric progression. So if this is x and it is x, x square is 81 by 64, x value is 9 by 8. X value is 9 by 8. A2 into 9 by 8, I will get A3. A1 into, this multiplication factor is 9 by 8. This multiplication factor is 9 by 8. 9 by 8 into 9 by 8 is nothing but 64. This is the initial value. No usage of any problem, sir. Now let us see some problems. See here, sir. First question. All these are right. Some of them are exam model questions. Right. Now see here. On a certain sum. First we will read the question. Compound interest for 2 years at 5% per annum. 5% is 1 by 20. It is for 2 years. 20. 1 increase, it is 21. Second year, 20. 1 increase, it is 21. 20. 20s are 400. 21. 21s are 441. CI is nothing but 41. CI is nothing but 41. But according to the question, it is nothing but 246. 41. 6 are 246. So principal is nothing but 400 into 6. It is nothing but 2400. It is nothing but 2400. Principal, I hope it is clear, right? Yes, I find the simple interest for 3 years. Actual principal is 2400. Every year it is 6%. 3 years it is 3 into 6%. 2400 into 18 by 100. You don't need to do anything. 18 digital sum is 9. Answer digital sum should be 9. Only second option is satisfying. Even if you solve, it is nothing but 432. It is nothing but 432. R percentage is 1 by 20. 21 increase 21. 21 increase 21. 20, 20, it is 400. 21, 21, it is 441. Extra, it is nothing but 41. But according to the question, it is 246. It is into 6 times. Principal is 400 into 6, 2400. So SI is nothing but 2400. For 1 year, it is 6. 3 years, it is 3 into 6. 18, digital sum is 9. Any number multiplied by 9, answer digital sum will always be 9. Answer is 432. Each and every